So you want to make sure that box is checked. You're going to go to your rank qualifications. And, obviously Minnie has, a little bit to run here. Oh, she just went up. She went up considerably. So she only has 10,000. Oh, that's incredible. We're going to hit this month. And but you always want to look at the next rank, right? So you always want to see, could she hit international? Well, she's already got the leader volume, but she's a little low here. So we're going to go back, think that's, this is done. This is doable. And you want to click on your GQV to make sure nothing's capped. And if it's capped, that doesn't mean don't work with those people. It means don't count their volume towards your rank advancement if something was capped. Make sure you know the difference. And it also tells you which tree to go to, right? If it's this tree and you need volume here, you go to your placement tree. If you need volume here, you look in your enrollment tree. So you check your rank. And then, of course, you're going to check. I'm going to move this so I can see. Hang on. And then you're going to check, of course, do you have your 3 PCs? Do you have your PPC plus? Where are you in your team bonus? And you can say, oh my gosh, I have 2 of 3. Now I'm going to show you how to run reports for your whole organization. But if you don't start with you first, how can you lead, right? So you're going to check your own numbers first. So you've got your 9. What I want to do on this before I go is when you look at your PC bonus, you can say, I'm 13, I'm good, I'm over 9. But I would go right here to my PC's report, because you may cross the 9, but what if one of your PC's credit cards declined? So right here, you want to make sure that you don't have a declined credit card. And you know what? You don't. And you've got some, all your PCs, you don't have any, of course, no credit card on file because this is a dummy account, but you may see a declined and you could contact your customer and make sure they know. There's so many compromised cards right now that they probably have a new card. So let me get back out of this. Let me move this. So I'm going to go back to the overview. And how do I get rid of this? Oh my goodness, hang on a second. You guys are in my way. Our PCs look good, our team bonus. So right here, we're going to say level 2. What do I need personally? This is just about me right now because I'm putting on my oxygen mask. And you can see you want to get to level 2. So I do it, and you sort by the number of PCs they have. So, and this is yours, obviously, your personal enrollees. So you've got one that has 7, one that has 6. And oh my gosh, Green Lantern only needs 2 more. These guys this guy needs an ADO. The reason you want to look at this report, and I'm going to slow down because they have all these columns for a reason. They don't put this stuff for nothing, right? If it's in this report, it's because it's information you need to know. So this guy has 3, but he's not 3 or 3 qualified because he doesn't have his ADO. So make sure you're looking across. But as far as your personal team bonus in the US for 500, you could get that if you helped Mr. Lantern get 2 more PCs. And we're going to talk about how you get them, but right now we're going to just figure out what we need. So that's easy enough. That's done. That's a no-brainer. Then you're going to, of course, look at your personal sales commission, which is over the 15% mark, which is great. You always want to strive to make sure you hit over 3,000, and make sure you've got your car bonus. If you're, this, and she's an area, so she's good. And she gets the cash, the 375. So this is her. So she's in good shape, and now she's going to drill down to her team. So she feels pretty good about where she is. She knows what she needs to hit. She's got 10,000, and the way she's going to hit it is not by really focusing on her 10,000, but it's by chipping away at the chunk, because chips make chunks. And if you need a chunk of business and a chunk of volume, just chip away, chip away, chip away. And we all know it's by helping people get their 3, 6, 9. It's by helping people get, their team bonus. It's by helping people get their personal sales commission. So, but how we do that, and I want you to slow down for a second, because the order in which we do this, I think, is important. Because when you call somebody, you want to call for everything. You don't want to call and say, oh, if you get one more PC, you'll have 9. And then look a little bit later and say, oh gosh, they're just a little bit shy of the personal sales commission. And then look a little bit later and say, oh gosh, they're close to 1, 2, 3. So you want to call, and you don't want to email or text. You really want to call, because this is at the ED level. EDs are doing this. All nationals and above are made up. Every rank is made up of EDs. So the ED is the magic number. That's why you guys are in this call, is because you are the most important leaders in the company. You have the size organization that you know everybody, that you can actually work closely with your team directors and make these calls to help people realize what they need. So normally Minnie would go, we're going to go to her placement tree. And normally Minnie would do this by her, she has 2 EDs. So I would go to current rank and say, how many EDs does she have? Well, she's got 2 elite directors. So Donald Duck and Katniss would normally be doing this. But because this is such a small organization, she's an area marketing director, but it's not a big organization. So we're going to just do it across her whole organization. But normally, to make it manageable, this is always done at the ED level. That's why you guys are pivotal in this whole organization, because you can drive you are the ones that drive your business, right? You can put your arms around it. You can love them. You can feel them. You can help them. You can help them hit that goal. So in the customer sales, that's the first thing I look at, because I'm going to download the people to help them. And when you download a report, this tree has more information than the other report. So I start here because I'm going to add information to this. So let's start by customer sales. And you're going to sort on descending. And of course, it always starts with the person and then it goes in descending. Now, she has a US-based team, but a lot of us have multi-country teams. So if she had, or if you do, I would have gone to filter. Where's the filter? I would have gone to the filter and I would have put by country, because obviously we know it's in dollars. So if I'm trying to do it and I have Canada popping up, or Hong Kong or Mexico, it really messes up the sort. So she doesn't have any, so we're just going to keep it to US. And then I'm going to pick these people, right? So we can see this one's way over. Good. Gosh, yes, good. Over, perfect. So these people, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to just take every single person. I'm not going to really take them all. I don't know how many there are, so I'll just take a few and show you. But I would take everybody that has something, which is only to here. But let's just say I clicked them all. And I am going to download it. I'm going to go right over here. And I'm going to say export these selected to Excel. All right. And here you are, right here in your Excel sheet. And you're going to open it up. And what I love about this sheet is it gives you all the information you need. There's so much information populated in here that I delete what I don't want. So you might want to delete, you could just delete that column, and then, delete what you don't want. And you're going to keep, and this is what's important, you guys, and I really want you to listen here. What you keep is the name, the phone number, because you're not emailing, you're going to call them. You're going to keep the name, the phone number, the start date, and I'll tell you why later. You're going to keep the ADV, which is the auto delivery volume. You're going to keep the customer sales, because this is where you know which rank which one they're going for. If they're going for level 1, 2, or 3, you're going to help them get to either the 5, 10, or 15%. Then you're going to look at are they 3? You're going to kind of forget all the rest, delete all that. You're going to see if they're 3 or pre-qualified, how many active PCs they have. You're going to keep that there, may as well. And you're going to also see if they have, if they've registered this year for conference. And the reason you want to do that is because while you're talking to them, when you call, as Amber just said, never miss the opportunity to bring up conference. Because if you're going to call, slow down, go fast, and say, you need this, let's do that. But have the full picture. So you're going to print this off. You're just going to save this and go to and print it, right? So delete the columns. You've got a nice little piece of paper. So we're going to go back to this, and that's your personal sales commission. and you guys know the levels. I'm not going to, you're all leaders here, so you know the 3 levels depending on your country, 5, 10, 15. So you're going to take that information, and then you're going to go to the next, while you're in this tree, while you're in the enrollment tree, you're going to search and say, okay, well, the other thing we're going to check on is who's running for 1, 2, 3. So you're going to sort on BPs, and you're going to think who is close. And so we have some activity. Great. Bugs Bunny. Let me uncheck these. We don't need those checked. So Bugs Bunny has 2, but 0. So you know what? It's 1, right? 2 brand partners, 3 customers. 2 brand partners with 80 QV, 3 customers with 55. So you've got 2 and 0. Obviously, we need to get 3 more there. You can make a note because now you've printed out, a sheet that has your personal sales commission on it. And this is going to be your note sheet because this is going to have all kinds of information on it. I wouldn't necessarily print all this off. You could, but you probably have the same people on these other sheets. So you're going to look at who needs what. So you're going to say, okay, this person, this is in this group. And again, when you do this at the ED level, there's not going to be 25 people. It's going to be 1 or 2 people, 3 people, 5, 10, enough that you can make a note of. And you can see what they need. They are working on a report to make sure. There'll be a column in here at some point that says if they are 55 or 80 qualified. All of us know how to go to the New Start report and go to which is, right here. If you go to the New Start report or go to the PC report to make sure that their PCs and BPs had the minimum qualification. And just for the interest of time, I'm not going to do that. And it's coming in a newer version of the back office. So you've got your progress to 1, 2, 3, and this is key. Everybody should be driving to 1, 2, 3, right? So the other thing, while we're here, you want to make sure if you're driving volume. Let's say you personally need some volume, and so you're doing it for yourself a little bit, but you also are doing it this next one for the new people because they don't know what they need. So I would go to the New Start to the placement tree. I would do start date, last 30 days. I would apply that filter. Okay, it's stuck. Hang on. Let me go back out. It's stuck. It's not letting me apply the filter. Hang on. Okay, let me clear filters. I'm going to apply it again. Okay. I'm going to say start date. Last 30 days. And down here it would say apply, but it's not letting me hit apply, but normally it would say apply. And what you would do, the reason I'm doing that, I don't know why it's not doing that, because maybe I need to refresh. Hang on, I'll refresh. And sometimes you need to refresh, which never gets frustrated. Just keep going, right? And the reason you're doing that is because you want to look at NGB, because there are people that might just need, here we're going to go. So start date, last 30 days.
Elaine, I think you can't see it because of your thing. It's there. I can see it. If you just go to the bottom.
I see what you're saying. Thank you. It's this thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, how many times did I do that? Thank you for, oh my Lord. Okay, so I'm going to apply that. Oh heavens, Amber, this drives me. I did that 10 times. So you can see these people all are NGB qualified, but this one isn't. He has 70. And so they just started this morning. But let's say they had started a week ago. We could say, hey, let's get you a customer and get you up to 200 so that you're NGB qualified. These all just, literally, just started today. But imagine if there was 5 in there that needed $100. So you're doing yourself a favor because you're growing your volume, but 2, more importantly, they really probably don't even know they need to hit 200 in their first 30 days. So this may not be their 30 days, but it's within their 30 days. So why not do it at month end, right? Why not do it within their 30 days? So you're going to check that and make sure it's within their 30 days. So I like to do that. So that's kind of from the tree. And then I go to reports. I'm going to go to my, let's go back to the overview again, just so you kind of get a bearing of where we are. I'm going to move this thing. Okay. So back to this. So we're going to say, who is in who now the ones you know, and you always work the 369. So you're going to go to your PPC TPC report. You probably live here, and this is where you can see who has what, right? So this is so easy. I mean, they make it so easy for us. So 7, you know, Andrew Lloyd Webber. Well, today's the 23rd. By tomorrow, you know that's going to be 8. If it's not, that's when you call him and you add him to your list. If this is, 6, that guy's going for 8, 8, 8. You can see, because in this is 6, they could probably do 9. One of the things I like to do in this report, and hear me on this because there's a reason, is I start with the 3 are free over here, because sometimes, they have more PCs that aren't 55. And so you want to look at your PC report over here, and particularly the ones that have 1 or 2, or one that has 3 and no ADO. These people aren't as probably as adept at getting customers as the people that have 369. So if you're going to start with your 3s and call them first with the 2s. Try to get people to 3 or free first, because it might take them a little longer. They might need 3 days to get a customer. If they're brand new and they have 2, they probably could get it quick because they got their whole warm market. If they've been in 2 years and they have 2, they might need 3 days to get another one with your help, and you're going to tell them how to do it. But so start with the 3s. When you finally get all your list compiled and okay, these are the people I'm going to call. I call the 3s first, the 6s second, and the 9s third, because the 9s, they know how to get customers. The people that are close to 9 also have a bigger incentive, because they're going to hit the 150. I'm going to use all US numbers. They're going to hit the 150 bonus. So even if they have less time, they have more incentive to do it. So I like to start with the 3 are free over here, obviously, and you can see, who, and again, these 2 or 3 are 55 plus. They may have 3 over here, but don't have an ADO, and so you want to make sure that you're checking all that. And then you're going to look at your team report. Just one second. So you're going to go right from here to your team level report. And this, you guys, these are such gifts that Neora gives us. I mean, like, seriously, I cannot believe the amount of information in here. So in your team report, like team level 1, Minnie Mouse, she is 2 people. We saw that 2 people away from the next level. Now, these others don't really have any, but you might see in your back office, and you probably would, that somebody is 1 away, 2 away. And you're gonna be able to tell who that is when you go through their PPC. So you're gonna look at their PP. You're gonna look at how many customers they have. This is all based on that, right? So I think that report is key. There's also another report that a lot of people use. I don't use it as much as others, and it's a rank advancement report. And the reason I don't use it as much, because at the ED level, I'll show you where it is and kind of what it is, but at the ED level, hang on a second. You should know everybody in your organization. You should have a handle on every single person in your organization at that level. I hope you guys are all getting the notifications when a new customer or brand partner is enrolled into your team. You can go to communications, you can opt in, and even with the size of my organization, every time, and I'm not kidding, for as many levels as they allow it, every time somebody adds a new customer or a new brand partner, I get an email that says, Leah Tigler just added a new team member. Betsy Garcia just added a new team member every single time. Because you know why? You know who your runners are. You already know who your runners are, because they're on the 90-day run. You guys are probably doing weekly trackings and turning in trackers, and you know who's running. But when you see the same names over and over and over, you know who's rank advancing, because you constantly, just like the names that are always on those boards, the recognition boards in this call, names become very familiar. Even if you have a large organization and you're a silver, the same names, if you're getting those reports, if you're getting those notifications, keep popping up. So the rank advancement report, you can look at, I go from this right to the overview. So if you wanted to see, it says they're 98. So she's 98 to regional, and she is about 98 because we saw she only needed 10. So I'm not going to go to the leaderboard on her. But Katniss is 97. So I would just go right to the leaderboard and look at Katniss and say what how close really is that, and is it doable? It is doable for premier director, and this person that's the highest achieved rank. So 16, you can see again, no caps, beautiful. And everything that you've done prior, all the 3s, 6, 9s, personal sales commission, team bonuses, feeds this. And that's the beauty of our plans. Everything you're doing is feeding the rank advancement all the way up the line, and it's feeding the team bonus for the person and their upline. It's just beautiful. And the other thing I really think to drive and help people win, because it's not about, it's not about, what did she say? It's about the, not the role, but the goal. And if the goal is to help somebody win, and let's say, and this happens often, you have a leader that already has their 9, that's already over 3,000, that has hit, the level 2, and they're just like too far from level 3. They just, it's not going to happen. How do you incentivize them? Because driving month end, everybody wants to feel good. The rush of month end is about winning. It could be a little win. So you want to go to somebody and say, you know what? Let's just set a goal. If they've already achieved things that are typically bonused and measurable, they've got it all. What do you do with those rock stars? Then you set a personal goal to say, you know what? Okay, you were right where you were. Let's say this was the 24th. And you'd say, Minnie, you're right where you were. You're at 11,217, and you were last month. Well, what's your growth goal? Didn't you want to do 10%? Didn't you want to do 20%? So let's shoot for that. I don't think you're going to, look, she probably hit this, but I don't think, everybody needs a goal. Every single person needs to get one more, grow a little bit more, get one more ADO, because then they win and they celebrate and they start the month feeling like $1 million, and they, marry the months together. So if you have somebody that you feel like there's nothing to push them towards striving for, make it a goal to increase something here in the volume. Set some dollar or percentage growth that they can aspire to and they can work towards through the things. And this is where, like, Anna's, all of her messaging to get your PCs, all of that verbiage that we got from Anna Camp, the party that Wendy and April did, the party that Wendy and Amy did. Oh my gosh, have a VIP party. You can have a team party always between the 23rd and the end of the month, that if somebody doesn't have their own VIP page or their own party, pop them into yours. So there's a million ways, because everybody here, everybody on this call knows what to do. You just need to know where to pour it. And so I say, print off the first thing, add the names onto it. And when you call somebody, be so complete in that you're talking about conference, you're talking about the 2, you're talking about how they can get the 2 new for whatever they need, 2 new VPs or 2 PCs, and have the whole picture for each person. If you called 5 people, what if you called 10? What if you called 20? But if you have EDs doing this, they're probably going to, have team directors that help them. This is where it all really chips make chunks, right? You chip it down, chip it down, chip it down. And so you really have the opportunity to make a massive difference. And so the 23rd is a gift, and the 23rd is going to only get better and better, because we basically, we move it up every month. We have a close every month early, a soft close. But imagine all the people that bought Fit last month from the 24th to the 31st of January. How many people bought Fit? A lot. All of those ADOs are going to be dropping in tomorrow. And then imagine that the next month and the next month and the next month. So it's a remarkable, so our 23rd volume is going to grow. How you deal with that is huge. And anybody who doesn't work harder from the 24th to the end of the month isn't, in my opinion, doing their job. Because doing your job is helping people win and hitting their goal. And once you know, it's just like, as I say at the beginning, it's the coming attractions. The 23rd is the, you know, it's the coming attractions. What is possible? It's a preview of how you're going to end your month. It's not the end of the month. It's the preview of what's possible. And my gosh, so you guys, I could